We're continuing with Kaballah in the morning with Rabbi Phil, and continuing the Tikkunei Zohar, Tikkun 21. We're in the middle of the story of the Yanuka, that the heavenly child descended. It's like the Rabbi Shimon would walk down the street and he'd find a child, and the child was though he was only 2 years old, he would open up and teach the most wondrous mysteries of the Torah. These things are within the realm of possibility, though it sounds fairly rare, but quite rare, extremely rare things indeed happened to Rabbi Shimon and his fellowship. So, after the Yanuka, the child, was speaking, they realized that he was, in fact, the son of Rabbi Hamnuna Saba. Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon's son, noticed this and said, "Certainly, you're the son of Rabbi Hamnuna Saba." They were very happy, and they said, "Certainly, if you have come to this world, and you have come down from the heavenly chariots, the heavenly horses, then we will be your simple ass drivers. We'll be, if you're riding horses in heaven, and we were nothing more than simple camel drivers or ass drivers. So we're going to drink in the words of your Torah." And he said to them, "This snake that you're doing battle with, how can you save yourself from it? It swallows and kills. Not only this, but it killed the first man. The snake that in the Garden of Eden brought death into the world. Adam Arishon was initially the first man was supposed to live forever. And because of the incident with the snake, he only lived for 1,000 years. Or 930 years, actually. And all generations go after it. In other words, the snake brought death into all generations. How can you win over death? How can you win over the snake? And the daughter is kept in a tower that floats in the air, a castle floating in the air. And an announcement cries forth in the firmaments each day that anybody who kills this snake will be rewarded, and the king's daughter, the princess, will be brought to that victorious man or woman. The glory of the king's daughter is on the inside. She is dressed in fine checkered garments of gold, from the line in the Psalms. What is the gold in the garments of the king's daughter? It's the 7 days of creation. 5 are the 5 times that light is mentioned in creation. And 2, that's the letter Bet, which equals 2, from the word Breshit in the beginning. Light is mentioned 5 times. And there's 2 more for the Bet and Breshit, equaling 7. That's the garment, that's the Zahav, that's the Zayin in the word Zahav. Zayin is the number 7, the letter Zayin in Hebrew is the number 7. And Zahav is gold. Of it is said, Yafa Kalavana, she is as beautiful as the moon. The Torah Shebalpeh, the Talmud, is called upon her in the yeshiva. Who is the king's daughter? It's the Torah Shebalpeh. The princess, the Shechina, is the Talmud and the Halakha. They're all the garments of the Shekhinah. Every detail of the Jewish law is a garment for the very presence of God. And for this reason an announcement is made. How many mighty men, how many Maritrisin, men with shields, masters of shields, will join together in the house of study in order to wage war against the enemy snake for the sake of the princess. How many masters of the shields will be shredded apart by this snake in the war against the snake in order to save the princess. And he turns this way and that way. Vayifen ko v'ko. That's what happened when, this is a verse from the book of Exodus, chapter 2, when after Moses, just before Moses killed the Egyptian who was beating up on a Jew. So Moses says, Vayifen ko v'ko, vayira ki enish. And he turned this way and that way, and he saw that nobody was there. In other words, the Yenuka, whoever's speaking here, if I believe it's the Yenuka, is saying that who is on the level that he could actually slay the snake and bring the princess out of her captivity in the castle floating in the air. When the one who comes, the one who can slay the snake is the one of whom it is said, and he turned this way and that way. And he smote the Egyptian. He killed the Egyptian. And for this reason, so who can kill the snake and save the princess? It's Moshe. It's the Mashiach. It's the leader of Israel and the king of the world. That's why it says, it's said in the book of Genesis, chapter 49, Ad ki yavo Shiloh, until Shiloh comes. Shiloh, if you do the gematria, it's the exact numerical equivalent of Moshe, 345. That's the inheritance of Moshe. That's the Mashiach, the Messiah inherits the power of Moshe to kill the Egyptian, and on a larger sense, to kill the snake and take death out of the world. For this reason it is said, until Shiloh comes. Shiloh is, if you change the words around with a little wordplay, it's Shelah, hers. Shiloh, it means, it's a name, but it also means hers. He is the princess's. He is her Moshiach. He's the one who can save her from her captivity. And he is the one who will kill the snake.